Alright guys, welcome back to the finals. This is End All Be All. This is the finals of week 3 and today we are facing another good opponent, Sil from the guild, the station. Pretty good lifetime banners, as you can see over here, 257k, which is about 15 to 20k lower than mine, but still pretty high, which means my opponent has got a lot of success in Grand Arena. And as you can see over here, they're practicing the Ray Beater team on Arena, which is Darth Revan with Watt and Thrawn as well. So they definitely know how to play the game, and they're definitely on top of their game. They don't have Galactic Legend Rey or Kylo, but they are their first order is almost there, and they are fully prepared to battle the Galactic Legends as well. The other metric that I really like to look at is the offensive battles and defensive battles. The offensive record is 633, which is pretty high, close to mine, and the defense is about 195, which is about a third of the offensive wins, which is a pretty medium to stout defense that they usually like to keep. So good opponent, looking forward to this match. I think it's worthy of a finals. And what I've done is I've kept my usual tough defensive wall at the top. This is the defense that I'm comfortable with. I always like to keep I like to vary up some of my defenses, but the one thing that I like to keep consistent about my defense is I always keep Darth Revan, General Skywalker, and General Grievous on my defensive lineup, preferably at the top. The goal is basically once my opponent sees these teams on top, they will allocate 3 meta teams to take up top because they have to expose the south. So they'll keep maybe the Darth Revan and the gas for mirrors. They'll keep Jedi Knight Revan for the Grievous. And then whatever else they have left, they will have to use that to target the teams down south. And if you are able to keep a few tricky teams down here and get a hold, this is the area where you have the maximum chance of getting a hold. Because if you keep something simple out here and they go and clear it easily and see what's at the back, then they can throw whatever they have, the full offensive roster they can throw at whatever is there at the back and get rid of it. But at this point of time, there still is uncertainty. So you want them to make a mistake and stumble at this point of time so you can get that 20 banner to 40 banner advantage out here. So here, for example, I've kept my first order with Hux, which makes it slightly tricky because it makes the JTR counter a little more tricky because it doesn't allow turn meter gain. Plenty of AoEs over here. Well, actually, there's just one AoE, Kylo, but he goes pretty often, and that can be pretty expensive for banners. And then the other team that I've kept down here is the JTR squad with the Resistance Heroes, and with R2 and BB-8. This is a really strong offensive squad, and pretty great defensively as well. Just because these guys are fast, there's tons of protection, health recovery, there's stuns, there's buff immunity, there's healing. And this team moves really, really fast. They pass turn meter to each other, and they can make life miserable if you don't take the right team in. And since Resistance Heroes are relatively new, not many people face them on defense in Grand Arena. So I'm hoping my opponent takes in something relatively weaker and stumbles out here and allows me to gain at least a little bit of an advantage. And I've modded I recently got my Resistance Hero Finn to a relic level, to G13, and I modded him really, really fast, 314. So in some cases, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this guy, Finn, is going to move even before JTR, and he'll end up inspiring someone else. So let's see if this battle is able to get a hold. At the least, I think it'll at least pull a meta counter. So that's my goal from these two teams. It'll pull meta counters or make my opponent stumble. And at the back, we have I've kept my Nest under Kira with a couple of bounty hunters. Dengar is, as always, very, very irritating on defense. Goes under stealth, prevents stealth from happening, which means that the JTR, if you take it under there, R2 becomes useless because they won't be able to stealth, and the Nest can attack anyone at will. Boba is in there for going around taunt and applying ability block, and in general, just the danger of execute is always there. Again, another banner stealing team, and we've got L3 as a pre-taunter as well. Tons of synergy with the scoundrels in the team, L3. And because these two bounty hunters, Dengar and Boba, are under Kira lead, they'll get all the synergy associated with the Kira lead for attacker scoundrels, which means that they'll be hitting pretty hard and going quite a lot. And then down south, I've kept my new team, which is I've kept Bosk over there instead of my usual tank. Usually I keep L3 down there, but I've kept the 3 or 4 separatists down there with Bosk. There's just an extra synergy that Bosk has with Django. He's really fast. He'll go at around 317. So he'll probably go first, get Frenzy up, and then as and when the rest of the characters start using their specials, Bosk is going to end up getting tons of turns, and this team is just going to go fast and go often. So that's let's see if this is able to get some holds. Hopefully my opponent would have exhausted something good up front and then struggle down here. And then down here I've kept Rebels team. Usually I keep Malevolence or General Kenobi, but I saw my opponent's Grand Arena history in Fleet, and they've struggled a little bit in Fleet against Rebel Fleet. They don't have Malevolence, they just have the Negotiators. So I'm hoping that my super fast piston is able to give a little bit of a problem for General Kenobi Fleet. At least they might be able to take one or two ships down is my goal. So relatively tougher defense, just because of the quality of the opponent. I tend to go tougher defense if I anticipate a tougher defense that my opponent is going to set, just to make them sweat a little bit more. So good meta teams everywhere, and nothing really that can be troopered or soloed by a Malik or a Nest or Kylo or anything like that. That's basically my goal, not to give any free banners to my opponent and make them earn every single win against me. So that's my opponent's defenses, my own defenses. Let's take a look at my opponents. They have their own separatist squad with Nest. Usually I keep Nest as well with mine, but I decided to keep Nest under Kira just to stretch things. So that's going to be banner stealing. Luckily the Django does not have Zeta, so there's no unique Zeta, so that's good. Can potentially use Night Sisters there. There's a Geo squad, not highly relict, but 3 of them are at least G13. And then we have a crew squad, which is pretty well relict. At least crew is relic 7, which is always tough to take out. And crew has been modded for critical chance and tenacity. Not as much health for relic level 7, 77k, but and not too fast as well, 255. But relic 7 crew is always tough to take out, so we have to be careful about that team. And the lucky thing is there's no Hux over here. My opponent does have Hux with Zeta, but they probably kept him on offense. And then down south, this is where we have the 2 toughest teams. We have heavily relict Night Sisters, who are going to be a handful, and then I have the Grievous squad with Watt, which is always going to be my Achilles heel. I always tend to struggle with these teams. So I need to take something heavy against it, and then hope that I have enough for the back to clear whatever my opponent keeps. I have no idea what they're going to keep at the back, because my opponent likes to vary their defenses. I've seen them keep Padme at the back, Gas at the back, along with Kira and a few other smaller squads like that. But I'm going to prepare for the fact that there might be Padme or Gas at the back. So I'm going to save my Treya counted Padme, as well as my Stormtrooper Han counted to Gas at the back, which means that I won't be able to use Watt to clear up this Night Sister team, which is the tempting thing to do. But I do want to one-shot these teams, which means I have to go heavy on these, because I don't want to give any leeway to my opponent by losing a battle over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go against the Grievous squad first. That's going to be the tougher one. I've checked the health and protection, and Magna Guard is going to get the taunt first. So I'm going to go for Watt first, take him out with the Jedi Knight Revenant team. And even if I fail, I'm hoping that it can be cleaned up by Night Sisters if Watt is out of there. That's my goal. But obviously the hope is to one-shot the team. So let's go ahead and take our Jedi Knight Revan team, and I'm going to take the full squad with Hermit Yoda in there. And let's target down Watt, take him down, and prevent him from getting too much damage done. Alright, so let's go after Watt. B2 has been triggered. Let's keep going after him. Let's do this. Hopefully this should take him down. Not yet. Ooh, very close. I don't think Savior has been triggered. Now Savior is triggered. Okay, let's keep going after Watt. Get him down. Grievous is going to go. Okay, one person down. I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to bring Basti back. And then we're going to try to apply a buff immunity over here. Not yet, didn't land. Let's spread some buffs around. Ooh, that's bad luck. Okay, let's heal up. And I'm going to pass the turn meter back to Hermit Yoda so that he can put the tech on Jolie. Did I pass it to Bastilla by accident? Oh, that was a mistake. All right, let's just go after this guy. I should have passed it to Bastilla. That was a mistake. I might not survive this, which is unfortunate. Ooh, bad luck. Okay, so I'm going to use my Night Sisters to clean this up. That was unfortunate. But, yeah, I should have passed the tech to Jolie, but I think I might have misclicked it and passed it to Bastilla instead, which made me miss my cooldown on Jolie, and which made him less tanky and less tenacious. So that was a misclick on my part. But let's go in with our Night Sisters and finish this off. All right. Yeah, that team has always been a problem for me. Let's land a stun over here. Okay, that's the first death. Let's go after this guy. And let's finish him off first. Let's do that. Okay, so I think both the deaths are exhausted. Let's keep going after this guy. I think I'm going to wait to bring this one back. Let's heal up a little bit and keep going after this one. And now I think I want to bring this one back. He's going to do another AoE. So we have to be prepared to bring people back again. All right. Let's do a basic so that the heal comes back. And let's do this so that our stuns will land once Plague lands. Basic. Okay, so now we are in a good position because everyone is at full health, and we should be able to bring Spirit back. Let's see if this brings her back. Yes, it does. So 35 banners. So lost a little bit over there, which is not ideal, but let me see if I can work to recover banners elsewhere. So against this team, I'm going to take my Padme. and see if they can get the job done. Not going to take any more chances of to risk losing anymore. So Padme against Night Sisters. Asajj hasn't gone yet, so I'm going to save my Dispel for now, my protection up. There we go. Let's call in Annie. Buff immunity, excellent. And now we'll heal up with Padme when we get a chance. Let's start working on them one by one. So that's one damage, one death. Let's get the second death out of the way. Not yet. Oh yeah, that's it. Second death. Now we just need to target down Daka. Let's get some protection up. Confuse. Get rid of that. And now let's get rid of Daka when we can. Let's do a basic. Let's do a confuse over here so that zombie doesn't taunt. And let's get rid of Daka. Now let's get rid of Asajj. And let's work on Spirit. And this should do it. Okay. Let's see how many banners we get. Probably 57, I think. Yep. All right. So we'll have to try to get 60 in as many battles as we can, but we have to see what's at the back before we can do it. Excellent. So they've kept their Padme team over here, which is great to see because that means they have one less meta team on offense. So I can use my Treya counter against Padme, which is a little tricky, especially since C-3PO is in there. But I think I should be able to get that down. And then we can take something else for the Hux team, which is going to be problematic because there is a Red Trooper in there as well. And then we have to figure out what we want to take against these teams over here. The Geo team might be a problem since we don't have our Night Sisters anymore, so we have to figure out what we want to do for that. But we'll figure something out. So let me take a moment, assess the situation, and then I'll get back. All right, so it's going to be very tight since we are running very low on teams, but I think we have a plan in place. Let's move over to the toughest zone over here, which is going to be this one, and I'm going to go target the Padme team first. Let's make sure I'm selecting the right team. And I'm going to go in with my Treya squad with the Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and Savage in there. Yeah, I think that'll have to be it. All right, let's take this in, see if we are able to get any damage done. The first thing I'm going to do is pass this over to Treya and isolate Padme. And then I'll have to fracture Kenobi and start working on Jedi Knight Anakin. And just hope nobody gets taken out. Good thing is we don't have Ahsoka in there. Ability block out there. Ooh. Treya is getting taken out. Let's recover some protection. Let's see if we can't land an ability block on him. All right. Ooh, bad timing. I'm going to save my Annihilate. Damn, got stunned over there. Let's pass this back to Treya. Let's fracture him and just wait for Annihilate to come, and there we go. Now all the threat is gone. Yep, now let's start working on them one by one. I'm going to keep the Isolate on Padme. And let's bring these guys down one by one. Let's keep working on Barris. Ability block. Main thing is not to let them generate any courage at all, which is fine, because I don't think that'll happen, because Padme is the main source of courage, and let's go annihilate him. Padme is the main source of courage, and we have her isolated. Ooh, that is bad. So if Ahsoka was there, she would have been another source of courage. So I'm gonna fracture Padme. So luckily Ashoka is not there, which would have made the team more tougher. Let's keep going over here. I think I'll be able to recover some more protection and health on a few other folks. Let's increase Thrawn's cooldowns so that we can get the ability of fracture back faster, as well as the swap turn meter. And let's keep Padme fractured. She's the only source of damage here. Let's do a basic, since she didn't have pain. Okay, let's target C-3PO. I can probably recover some protection over here and finish this off. I don't think I'll be able to do anything more. 57. All right. We have to stay as close to 60 as possible. Now, what is the next team that I want to take out? I want to go against this new team. I'm going to take in my Geos, and there is a Nest in there, which is why I'm always hesitant to take Geos, but I think that I should be able to take care of her with the right hit. First, try to apply an ability block on Dooku so that he doesn't go into stealth. One big hit on Nest. Keep working on her. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Let's apply a ability block on this guy. Well, we took him out. That's fine. And now let's cleanse some debuffs and get rid of Droidica. Let's keep going after him. Ability block. Okay, let's do that. Let's heal up as much as we can. Let's do this. I don't want to touch Nest right now. That's fine. Let's wait for Spy's big hit to come around. Okay, I don't know if this will do the job. Almost. Okay, let's get rid of Django so that he doesn't do anything else, and we just have to wait for Nest's hit to come around now. Let's just hope we land the right we time it right. This is probably not going to do anything much. We'll have to land we have to use Sunfac to land a Daze and blind on Nest, or at least an ability block. Because otherwise Nest is going to kill us bit by bit. Let's heal up. Bad timing on that. Let's save it for now. Let's land a blind and daze. Let's wait. Let's keep using our basics. Well, use special over here because basics I think remove turn meter. Just hope the hit lines up. Okay, there she goes. Again, bad hit. Okay, that was a good hit. All right, 59 banners. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time for Spy to build up the damage, and even a G12 Spy was able to get the job done against Nest. Now, these teams are going to be tricky. What am I going to take against these? I do want to one-shot all of them. The Geo squad, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Stormtrooper Han, Watt, and Wampa combination. And I think I'm going to add Vandor over here as well for extra protection recovery. Because I don't have anything else which can take out the Geos. I don't have Night Sisters, which I had reserved for that. I don't have Treya. So I'll have to go with my third option, which is going to be this guy. Stormtrooper Han lead, Wat Tambor, Wampa, and Vandor. Do I have any more guys who do AoEs? Can I use my EP against Geos? I wonder. EP with Bastila. Because if I can, then I can really use Han for something else. Han and Watt for something else. 267. How fast is my EP squad? 210. Well, Vader will probably go before 235 and get the turn meter train rolling. So 235 plus 56. I'm very tempted to go with that. I need some big damage dealers though. What other sit do I have? You know what? Geos are a dangerous faction, so I'm just going to go with what I had decided on, which was going to be Vandor, along with Stormtrooper Han. These guys should be good enough for 61 banners, I believe. So let's go with this. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to give the Taunting Tech to Stormtrooper Han, Weapons Tech to Wampa, and 3 of them are relict, but I think these guys will survive. I just need to get the buff on Vando so that the incoming damage is reduced, and there we go. Now that gives the buff to him. Let's get some protection up. Now Wampa needs to get ramped up a little bit. I think Spy, I'm just scared of Spy's big hit. His health is not looking too good. At least he's landing dazes at the right time, which is good. Maybe I should have gotten someone for the buff immunity or dispel. Okay, let's get rid of Sunfac. Where is Spy? Let's get some protection up. Not looking very good right now, but at least we are open. So oh, well, that's another advantage of Vandor being in there. In case of a bad hit by Spy, Vandor does revive him. So let's get rid of this guy once and for all. Whew, that was a good save. I'm glad I took Vandor in there. Excellent. 58. I should have probably waited a little more to recover some banners. That was a mistake on my part. But at least we got through it in one shot. Good thing I had Vandor in there. Alright, now tough teams. What do we need to take? We have a CLS squad. We have our EP squad. I don't know if EP can work against these guys, since this guy's Zeta is going to prevent turn meter gain. Maybe we can get rid of him fast. I do want to one-shot everything else. I just have one slipped battle. I do want to one-shot everything else so that I put some pressure on my opponent. Let me take a minute to think. Okay, so on the Hux team, I'm going to try something experimental. I'm going to take in my B resistance squad under Finn over there, and that team does rely on turn meter generation, and Hux Zeta will prevent that, but it only prevents bonus turn meter while General Hux has advantage. So we need to make sure that we apply buff immunity on Hux as soon as we can, dispel his advantage, and then our team will start generating turn meter. But at the same time, we will reduce the enemy turn meter as well. And I should be able to take out Sith Trooper first. Yeah, he's relatively weaker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to target down. There's no tank in this team, luckily. Although this guy is pretty fast. But we will go, my PO is faster. So we'll go first, remove 25% turn meter. And then try to control the team. There's no tank, so that's the only good thing about it. So we'll have to first apply buff immunity on Hux, take out Sith Trooper, and then work on the rest of them one by one. Alright, it's going to be a tough squad. I've taken in Veteran Smuggler Chewie for the extra stun. I've got Rey and Resistance Trooper who are heavy damage dealers. Because the team is relatively lighter. And then I've got Finn and Poe. Finn for another stun, Poe for the exposures and buff immunity. So we've got 2 tanks and 3 attackers in here. Let's see if this gamble pays off. Okay, so first things first, buff immunity, excellent. He still has turn meter. He still has advantage, but I'm going to try to get rid of this guy over here. Let's see if he can't stun him. Ooh. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. Now I want to get rid of Hux. He is beefy. He's got tenacity up. Okay, let's heal up a little bit. Let's keep working on him. We need Hux gone. Alright, so he took care of him. Now first order officer. We have lost all our tanks, only the attackers are left, and these guys are hitting hard. Damn. This was a failure. I should have probably gotten in Holdo for the days, maybe. That was bad. Okay, so we'll clean it up with some other team. Let's see. Let's take out the other squad first, and then we'll come back and clean this up. All right, let's take out the crew first, and for this I'm going to go in with my CLS. But I'm also going to take in Shakti for the extra healing. I want to take in somebody with the healing immunity. Although he might be taken out pretty fast, especially without a tank. Maybe I should take in a tank, old Ben. And yeah, and see if I can't get some of these guys down pretty fast. Maybe I should take in my EP team. That could probably be a backup if this doesn't work. Okay, let's take in this for now. See if this one is able to get the job done. I want to stun crew. Let's reduce some turn meter over here. Land a big hit on. Let's stun Phasma. Reduce some turn meter over here. Land a stun on crew. Reduce some more turn meter off everyone. Soften them up a little bit. Let's work on Fox to get him out. Pass some turn meter over here. Dispel all debuffs. Okay, now we need to start working down on these guys one by one. Let's get a tank over here. I want to see if I can't land a big hit over here. Okay, healing immunity out here. Let's take him out. Okay, that's good. Let's land a healing immunity here. Heal up a little bit. Reduce his turn meter. Let's just get rid of him. Or her. Phasma. Healing immunity. Stun. Let's do this. See if we can't land a big hit. Actually, let's get some critical damage up. And see if I can't land a big hit over here on crew. This hopefully should do it. Not yet. Almost. Healing immunity. Yes, healing immunity landed. Alright, that's what I was waiting for. So I think we end with 59 banners over here. Yep. Okay, that was a favorable outcome. Now we just need to clean up that team, which unfortunately we dropped. A second team. Let's see what we have up top. Rebels. Okay, as expected. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to take in the best team that I have, which is going to be EP. Or do I want to take in, let me take in something which heals. So that could be my Old Republic squad. Yeah, let's take in these guys. I think they should be able to get the job done. All right. Let's do this, and let's keep applying some heals. Okay, let's land some more dots. Some more dots. 40. Okay, so that's the equivalent of 60 full banners. Could have gone with any full squad, but at least these guys have a guaranteed heal. Okay, so now we just need to take out the ships, see what we end with, and for this I'm going to go in with my regular Kenobi squad with Galactic Republic, and let's see how much we end with. Plo and Sarge. That should be more than enough. Okay, yeah, let's go with this. We'll probably end with close to 1876 probably is my estimate, but let's see. Let's do this. Let's put some debuffs over here, and let's actually get rid of Biston because I don't like him being around. Got days on everyone else, and let's get rid of this guy. So far so good. Let's get in Ahsoka and finish this off. I don't like delaying this. There we go. 64. All right. Let's see how much we ended up with. 1882. Okay. Not great. I mean, this should have been closer to 1900 if we hadn't dropped this battle over here, which was against Hux. I really didn't like that battle. We didn't have much choice though. We were running short of teams. But this is a dicey situation. 1882 is a beatable score. My opponent has tons of room, but they don't have their Padme with them. They do have their Darth Revan and Gas, which they'll use in mirrors over here, and probably JKR against that. And I just hope they trip up against one or two teams over here, but not likely. Most likely I'll end up losing this match. So, unfortunate for me, but I think this might be a loss. I'll give you guys an update in a couple of minutes once my opponent has a chance to go. See you soon. Alright, so my opponent has had a chance to go, and unfortunately they have one-shot me and ended with 1893. So I have lost this match, my first loss of the season. But my kudos to my opponent, really great job in the offense. I thought that they would get tripped up at least in the front over here, but I think they took the right teams in and played the right match and didn't make any mistakes at all. I think the only place where they slipped up a little bit was in the Darth Revan team, where they had Malik left remaining behind at the beginning of the first match, and then after that they took a second match to clean it up. But otherwise everything else was one shot. With the low efficiency, I think about 55 to 56. So they lost one match, I lost two matches. So that is what cost me. If I had only had the Grievous Watt as a loss, I would have still won by about 10 banners. But this, I think, I miscalculated the Hux team, the turn meter gain, the loss of turn meter gain from the Zeta, and I underestimated this team and ended up. That ended up costing me the match because I lost by about 11 banners. So yeah, that made a difference of 20 banners right over there. So kudos to my opponent, really good match. I really enjoyed playing this defense because it really made me think. So excellent stuff. Hope to see more matches like this in the future. Alright, so now that we're done with this week, before I end the video, I wanted to share my progress on the Galactic Legend with you guys. So I have, so let me show you my resistance. Just a day ago, I was able to get everyone completed. As you all know, the Holdo event just came about. That's the resistance ship event. The Radis event just came about a couple of days ago. So I managed to get my last 10 shards over there. So I just qualified from the ship's angle. And then in terms of the resistance squad, I very recently, just a couple of days ago, managed to get all my characters. The last character was Resistance Hero Poe. So him I just got up to G13. So I've got all the relevant characters up to G13 right now. So I am in a position where I can go ahead and start earning tickets. And I won't be able to unlock it before, I won't be able to unlock Ray before the final week of Grand Arena Championships, which starts in a day's time. But I do want to level my characters up and start earning tickets so that we have 2 weeks before the next season starts of Grand Arena. I want to take this time to at least be able to get my Ray up, to first get her farmed up, unlocked, and hopefully get her to R7 before the next season of Grand Arena starts. I don't know if I'll be able to get the ultimate in 2 weeks time, but at least the goal is to unlock Rey and to have her relic up to R7 and remod my whole team to make sure that I have the right team on defense. So I'm going to take the next 2 weeks to do that. I was considering whether to get this to get the farm for Rey started after the lock of this Grand Arena Championship week, the 4th week, but because leveling up my characters and relicking them up now does come with a GP bump. But I want to get it done now because I'm hoping to get matched up with higher relic characters, like characters with who may have relic Rey in the final week of Grand Arena Championship, so that I can go in and practice against them in the final week. So that's going to be my goal. In the 4th week, I'm going to go ahead and before lock relic up all my characters so that I get bumped up in GP and hopefully get matched up with other Reys and Kylos so that I can go and get some practice in the last week. I think it's a golden opportunity to do that. And I wanted to record this video live because I wanted to relic up all my characters live to let you guys know exactly how much of a GP bump takes place in GAC due to this. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've got 5.447 million GP right now, and as you can see over here, my resistance characters are all G13, but none of them have any relics whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and relic them up and see what kind of a difference that makes in the GP. Alright, so let's go and start leveling up these characters one by one. And I'm going to speed up the whole video since it's going to take a while. So what I'm doing is applying all the relics one by one on all the characters, starting from the beginning, the very first level, first JTR and then Finn. JTR is a good investment, very good character, one of the best leaders for the Resistance squad, and he can be a secondary leader as well. So no regrets out there. Rey Scavenger also hits really hard, so another good investment. I'm not sure if she's worth R7, but it's good to have her relic up. Finn is another great solid leader, and I'm going to be running a secondary team of Finn, definitely, with Poe and a couple of other characters who benefit from the offense and potency that Finn lead gives. I think with Rey, definitely the two heroes, the Resistance hero Finn and Resistance hero Poe, those will be really important characters as well. Not only once I unlock Rey, where obviously those guys fit in most comfortably with Rey, Galactic Legend Rey, but even in the meantime, before I unlock her in the next week of Grand Arena, I think I'll be running the Resistance heroes under JTR. That I think is going to be really good, both on offense and defense. BB-8 is one character who I don't know whether really benefits from R7, but he's a versatile character and he has to go with Rey. So yeah, that's a given, I guess. So that's it. So all the characters have been relicked up. The final GP is 5.549, which is about 102k GP bump, more than what I had before. And this 102k GP goes directly to the top 80. So before, where my top 80 was 1.85 million GP, now it's 1.95 million GP, which means I'm going to get some really solid matchups in the last week. I'm really looking forward to that because I really didn't get to face any Galactic Legends in my first 3 weeks. A little disappointed about that. So now I'm hoping that I'll get some good practice in the last week of this Grand Arena season. So there you have it. My Rey is not yet unlocked, but I'm eligible to earn tickets. So I have exactly 2 weeks now. Let me go ahead and start earning tickets for her. And I will definitely not be able to get the ultimate unlocked, but I'll definitely have Rey unlocked and hopefully all the way to R7 by the time the new Grand Arena season comes around, season 8. So that's it for me for today and for this week. Join me again in a couple of days when we go over to the next week, the final week of this season of Grand Arena Championship. Hoping for some good matches then. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for joining in.